Last time, I talked about the law of karma as part of the law of cause and effect. Today, I will talk about another part of the law of cause and effect, and that is dependent origination. With regard to cause and effect, there are three views. The first is that everything, both animate and inanimate, is created by a God or a Brahma. The second view is that things or beings happen without cause, so there is no cause for the arising and disappearing. The third view is the Buddhist view. The third view is that beings and things are not created by anybody or any God or Brahma, and that they are not causeless, but there are causes or conditions for everything to arise. The law of dependent origination teaches us that there is nothing that is absolute. Everything is relative and everything depends upon some other thing for it to arise. Dependent origination is the law of cause and effect for living beings, or the round of rebirth, or the round of existences. There is another teachings of the law of cause and effect in Buddhism, and that is Patthana, conditions or causal relations. Now, Patthana conditions covers all intimate and inanimate things, or both living beings and non-living beings things. Also in Patthana, not only is stated that something is conditioned by some other things, but it is also give us how they are conditioned. In what way or by what force or condition they are conditioned. So the law of dependent origination and the law of Patthana condition are a little different. The teaching of dependent origination is very important in Buddha's teachings because it makes Buddhism unique among religions. When finding the origination of things, most other religions end up with the creation of a higher being or the creation of a God or a Brahma. But in Buddhism, the originations of beings, especially with regard to dependent origination, the origination of beings is explained in a very reasonable way or in a way that is acceptable to all thinking persons. The brief statement for the law of dependent origination is, when this exists, that comes to be. Because of this arising, that arises. This is the brief statement of dependent origination. Something arises or it happens dependent upon some other things. Whether Buddhas appear in the world or not, there is always this structure of causations or this law of dependent origination. Buddhas appear and then they discover the law of dependent origination and they reveal it or teach it to the world. The law of dependent origination was known to the Buddha even before his enlightenment. In a discourse in the Digha Nikaya as well as in the Samyutta Nikaya, it is taught that every Bodhisattva on the way of their enlightenment reflect upon the law of dependent origination and practice vipassana on the 12 factors in the formula of dependent origination. As a result of that practice of vipassana on the factors of dependent origination, a bodhisattva becomes a Buddha. So the law of dependent origination was known to the Buddhas even before their enlightenment. Now the formula of dependent origination begins with ignorance, but the line of investigation made by the bodhisattva, as mentioned in the discourses, is different. The bodhisattva go backward from old age and death, or they take what is an effect at the present time and then they trace its origin backward until they reach avijja, or ignorance. Now, as beings, we always experience aging. We are getting old day by day, hour by hour, second by second. So getting old is a fact of life. It is with us all the time. One day, this life will come to an end. The end of life, which is called death, is inevitable. So there is getting old and death. This is a fact, and we cannot run away from these realities. So Bodhisattva reflect in this way. Now there is old age and death. What is the condition for this old age and death? Or because of what does old age and death arise? So they investigated, and they found out that because there is birth, there is old age, and then there is death. Because we were born as a human beings, we get old day by day, and at the end, we will die. The cause of old age and death in the ultimate analysis is birth. Because there is a beginning, there is the continuation, and there is the end. So birth or rebirth is the cause or the condition for old age and death. The Bodhisattva did not stop at that. They went backward further. They reflected. Why is there jati? Why is there birth or rebirth? What is the condition for that? What is the cause of birth? When they tried to find out the cause of birth, they found that it was called becoming. Actually, becoming here means something that makes some other things become. So in fact, it means karma. They found that the cause of birth, the cause of rebirth, is karma.